Oh, fancy.
You're still muted, Dr. Nick.
Wow.
That was nice. You muted yourself right back.
There we
There you
go.
go.
There we go. We're live. See, I've been doing some work.
I see you.
Well, good evening, everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome to the new and improved Business Excellence and Impact Show. I am Dr. Nick, and I'm here with co-founders Cedric LaFleur and Angela Hooper Meadenfield, and we are absolutely thrilled to be with you today. We've got an exciting show for you all ahead, just to take in a deep dive of something that's going to be a game changer for all you consultants and coaches out there in this business world. But before we do that, let's check in with the founders. You guys say hello to the people, tell the viewers what's going on or some of the things that are upcoming in your business. Now, Angela, you.
Oh, I thought Cedric was gonna go first. I figured I was going, since we were talking about I'm guessing the book right before we jumped on. I just figured you just jump right into it.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely can. I can always talk about it. So as you see on the screen, I'm the author of $1 Million Beach House, My Journey to an Extraordinary Life. Now, for some of you educated people out there, I know the word is extraordinary, but I don't like that word. I like extraordinary. Even when you say it, it sounds good. But the book just launched, started taking orders on yesterday, which was a Monday, if you're watching this, and later. We're excited. First day sales were really, really good. I've been posting it on my social media. I've been in a workshop all day, so I haven't been able to catch up with it today, but I'll be posting later tonight and tomorrow. But so the book launched, and it's going to start shipping here mid-September. We have a documentary that is going to premiere on Saturday, August 22nd at 12 p.m. Central Time on Facebook, IG, YouTube, the Twitters. It's gonna premiere on all your social media platforms. So if you follow me, then you'll be able to see it Saturday at 12 Central. And again, it's called $1 Million Beach House. You're going to get a little bit behind the scenes in the house. You're going to get to talk to my children or hear from my children who are never in my space, but you'll get to hear from them. You'll get to hear from Tammy, who is not even on social media. So exciting times of bringing people out. And but if you haven't ordered a book, definitely we'll put the link out. You can go in and get a copy. I'm telling you, if you want the tea behind how we paid for this house cash, how we changed our lives in this $1 million beach house, you need to get the book. I not only tell you how we did it, but I also give you tips and tools. You're going to see, I tell you all the dirt about, when I was going to a title loan company to make ends meet, right? I show you the forms I filled out way back in the early 90s. But I also, the transformation is helping you. So there's a lot of questions and space for you to answer things along the way so that you can start building your journey, up leveling yourself. So I'm excited about the book, $1 Million Beach House, My Journey to an Extraordinary Life. I sure hope you buy a copy. And then at the end, hopefully you'll tell me your thoughts on it. And I love the line that John puts in one of his books. What did you like and what did you love? That's in the book. Check it out.
Congratulations, Cedric.
Awesome.
You know, me and Dr. Nick are always proud of you. And I count myself, in great company whenever I'm in your midst. One of the things about collaborations, and I know that wasn't the question, but this gives us an opportunity to work with other great people. And so, I think it's Paul Martinelli that says when you collaborate, you collaborate up. And you also want to be with people that bring something to the table that you don't. And there are a lot of things in our various journeys that are unique. But one of the things I'm always just impressed about and proud of is what you've done and what you've accomplished just in turning your financial situation around. Because I do know a little bit of the story, but I can't wait to get the tea. So definitely want everybody order the book. Let's support Cedric's journey because we are also proud of him. Yes, the tea. He's telling it all, right? Telling it all.
Yes, and hey, look, Angela, for all, I worked at Abbott for a long time, and I have put the T in there too. It talks about my career, talks about some conversations that we never talk about. They're in the book, so get it.
I can't wait. Good deal. So, what's going on with me? It's I would say a lot of, I was like, what happened? Something popped up to my peripheral, that link. But there's a lot of the same, but new people. So I guess that was a commercial break. We didn't know, Cedric. We didn't know that we could bring our commercials over here.
Hey, we are back from commercial now, folks.
Dr. Nick, what was that?
I have no idea.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. So, one of the things that I, typically try to do, especially as we get closer to the fall, I just really try to navigate my clients, especially my government clients. I tell people all the time, this is really a great time of year to touch bases with your clients, especially in certain spaces, because government dollars expire on September 30. And we're getting to that time where many people are looking at, what it is they have left to spend, because nobody ever wants to give money back. And so, not that they didn't intend to do some things, but, sometimes the year snuck up on them. So I recently added another government contract, and just really excited and looking to continue to add more coaches to my platform as far as subbing out. And I got some other projects that hopefully will be coming to fruition by the fall. But I'd say probably that's the biggest thing I've been working on recently is just, bringing on new clients and trying to figure out how I can best serve them.
Awesome sauce. We've got
what about you, Nick?
A lot of things going on. I think the biggest thing that we had recently was our Adulting in My Purpose summit that went phenomenal. And so many people that are not necessarily in the adulting phase, our seasoned adults always ask me, well, what are you going to have some stuff for us? Because we need an adult in our purpose too. And I'm like, yeah, you sure do. But, focus on millennial professionals. So one thing that we did do is we created a digital course. So for all those out there that are interested in truly adulting in their purpose, understanding how to know what the things that God has called them to do, how to have that work-life integration, how to truly set goals, achieve goals, you are now privileged to all the tea in the digital course. So that is going to be launched out. All the tea is coming. We're just spilling tea all over the place.
I know, like it's tea everywhere. It's like the Boston Tea Party.
The tea and crumpets.
Yeah, it's just the tea everywhere. So yeah, we decided that, so many other people can benefit from the Adulting in My Purpose content. So it is now going to be in digital form. So it's a digital course, 7 modules. You have insights, strategies, downloads, homework, all that wonderful stuff. So that will be coming out soon. So that's the newest thing that's happening in my life, in the business.
All right.
Look at you getting all snooty.
You know, we got to do things. We just got to keep it moving.
Look, Cedric, she gonna start drinking the tea with her pinky up.
Exactly.
No. No. Not gonna happen. All right. So yeah, you guys see how we just love to joke. This is how it's supposed to be as business owners, supposed to be able to have fun. And so now that let's dive into what we're going to talk about tonight. For those that have been with us, our last live, you saw that we had an amazing rebrand, and we're called the Business Excellence and Impact Group. And now we are getting geared up to one of our signature programs. It's our masterclass. And so if you are a consultant or a coach looking to take your business to the next level, to soaring heights, this is where you need to be. Get your pen, get your pencils, and listen in to what we have to say on tonight's show. So now, as I think, before we kind of delve into the masterclass, I think it'd probably be a good idea to kind of circle back and just share about our announcement about our rebranding of BE&I, the Business Excellence and Impact Group. This rebrand marks a pivotal milestone in our journey as business owners for this particular partnership, and it reflects just the broader focus that we want to do in fostering excellence to the business landscape and business owners abroad. So let's kind of focus in on why we even did the change. This can be beneficial for you business owners out there that are thinking about rebranding and doing something different in your business. So Angela, would you please just talk about the mission and the focus on coaches and consultants and how we will do it with our pillars that we have?
So our mission is to help consultants and coaches connect with their ideal clients to start, grow, and scale their business. And start, grow, scale. Those are our three core pillars, because what we know is this: as entrepreneurs, business owners, whether you're a small business owner with a team, you're a solopreneur, no matter where you are in business, brick and mortar, doesn't matter. Everybody has to go through these phases. One, you got to start your business. And so whether you just now starting or you're past that, the starting process matters. And so our first module is all about starting, where we talk about, how to build a foundation, finding and leveraging your niche, identifying your brand. And in that, what we know is, and I want to say this specifically to those of you who are a little bit further, we can tell you personally, every time we even go through content of that nature, we find ways to continue to fine tune and leverage what we're learning. So in other words, you might be thinking, I started my business 5 years ago. Well, guess what? I started my business 10 years ago, and this is the 7th year doing it full time. And I can tell you unequivocally, every time I hear Dr. Nick teach about the foundation, there's something in there that I hear a little differently. Because guess what? My business, my thinking, my frame of mind is in a different place. Sometimes when we get started, we just do the basics just to get it running. And then, momentum picks up and we never really go back and secure the foundation. And so early in those stages when you're growing, guess what? It's not as consequential if your foundation isn't solid. But as you continue to build, grow, and scale, if you don't go back and secure that foundation, it's just like building a house, huh, Cedric? If that foundation...
Don't let it be on sinking sand.
Right? And I laugh and I'm saying, Cedric, right? Because we both just built houses and we've gone through that process of if the builder doesn't get something right early in the stages and don't go back and fix it in time, now we're having to undo stuff to redo stuff. And so that's what we find with our businesses. And that's why no matter where the participants are, our masterclass students, we're going to take everyone through that. From there, it's about growth, because once you start it, you got to grow it. The sales, the money, that's the engine of our business is growth. If business is not growing, you won't be in business long. And so in that module, what we talk about is sales and discovery calls, moving the commas and social media marketing. And again, these two courses are taught by our guru of sales, Cedric King of schools, he king of this, he king of sales, he king of social media, he gonna
King
be
of the
king of
beat.
books, king of the beats.
In my
And also,
subdivision, they call me the mayor.
and I believe that he probably know everybody's name, walk around doing this, right?
That's right.
And then learning how to negotiate. These are all core competencies for growth. Because again, you can't remain the best kept secret in your business. People need to know. So again, we're going to connect you with your ideal clients and take you on this journey in 60 days. Then last but definitely not least, when you get that growth going, you got to scale it. You've got to expand. You have to grow. And some of the ways that we're going to discuss helping you is with certifications and contracts and how to, prospect and have lead generation. Because again, people need to know about you and you got to continue to build your list, build the people that need to know you. And how do you do that? Well, we're going to tell you. So in 60 days, we're going to take you from start to growth to scale. And no matter where you are, if you're a coach or a consultant, this is where you want to be.
Absolutely. I love that. Start, grow, scale. So if you are out there and no matter where you are in the process, as she said, this is where we need to be. Whether you're starting out, seeking growth strategies, aiming to scale your business, we're championing for you. And we changed our name for a reason, right?
Yeah.
As we are scaling, as we are growing, we are actually the product of the product. And so, Cedric, I want you to kind of discuss why we changed our name and what it means for our business.
Yeah, so I'm going to answer that question by asking a question. It's a simple question for the audience. Okay. When was the last time you bought something from Blockbuster? When was the last time you logged into your MySpace account? When was the last time you bought something from Nokia? And what about BlackBerry? Who got that? Who's got a BlackBerry phone? I think there's 3 people in the United States that still have it, right? So the chances are those 3 people are not listening, not tuned into this call tonight because they're in a dungeon, in some dragon hole somewhere, trying to figure out how to get that phone to stay working. All right. Now, so that's the simple statement or question, if you will, why we changed. Okay. Now, when you want to go up, sometimes you got to give up some things, right? Sometimes you have to shed. When the snake is going to grow, it sheds its skin. A butterfly starts in a cocoon, but it has to change in order to become really a butterfly, right? So it's the same thing with our business. In order for us to go to a higher level, and we wanted to take this, we were doing great. We know that we had more potential. We know that we had more to give. We know that there's more people out there that we can serve. So we had to give up some things. And, BE&I has transformed to help more people grow, more entrepreneurs grow and shed biases that they may have or misunderstanding that they may have. Misunderstanding is, I already know how to grow my business, but you've been doing it for 5 years and you haven't. Okay, so that means that you need help. Well, that's what we can do. Business Excellence and Impact Group is here to help you start a business, to help you grow it, to help you scale it, and to help you learn things about yourself. So, for example, you may say, "Hey, I've been in sales before. I used to sell, magazines door to door." Well, you know what? To grow your business, you're going to need to know a little bit more than selling magazines door to door, right? Hey, look, I bought a car before, so I've negotiated a deal before. Yeah, well, guess what? You're going to need to go a little bit deeper to negotiate when you're going to talk to major corporations about them turning their business over to you to help them grow and develop their leaders, right? In order for you to compete with some of these other companies that are in this leadership development space from a marketing perspective, you're going to need more information. You're going to need more tools. You're going to have to become better. That's why we changed. So we could help you go to a whole nother level. And guess what? Just Angela, I think touched on it. Every time we go through the course, we learn something new because we're not just sitting around just teaching a course. We're also doing this every day. So what do? We invest in ourselves to get better, right? Some of the courses is not the same course you took a year ago. Some of the courses is not the same one you took 2 years ago. Some of the courses is not the one you took just the last class. We're changing. We changed. We're going to do the exact same thing in our business that we're telling you to do. Start some new things. We're going to grow some other things, and we're going to scale some other things. So when you're ready to expand your possibilities and go to another level, then you need to get in the boot camp, this masterclass, right? You see, there's only going to be a few people that's going to come out to the beach house, right? So if you want to be on that list, like my good friend Jeff Willis sent me a text message last night. He goes, "Hey, I just purchased your book. Can I get on the VIP list to the beach house?" You know, Jeff is always going to be on the VIP list, right? But if you want to get on that VIP list, you need to go on ahead and get in this masterclass because it's going to take your business to another level. Then I know you're ready to hang and run at this level with us.
I love it. Who's ready to run and hang?
I heard that.
I love it. So let's get in. We're talking a lot about our master class. So for those that are listening, our next master class is on September 12th. That's when we will begin our fall 2023 BE&I Business Masterclass. So you want to definitely write that date down, put it in your iPhone, Android, whatever you're doing, BlackBerry if you still have one. however it works. There's only three. If you one of those threes, make sure you got it down.
Well, now see, the last time we joked about the BlackBerry,
Angela said
my cousin was real quick to tell me she still have.
Oh, okay, it was your cousin.
Okay. I was like, Angela knows. Angela knows a third of the population. Then
that's right. So my cousin Sharon.
I remember that. I was like, somebody, Angela's family still using the BlackBerry,
and she's an IT person too, by the way.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Is she the one that you tell me drives a 74 Chevelle?
Oh, y'all hilarious.
So let's get in. So first, I'm thinking there might be some new viewers out there that are listening to us for the first time and like, who are they? Like, who are they to be putting on a master class? What they got to tell me? So Angela, kind of, tell the people who we are, share the story, and why they should listen to us.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why they should listen to us, but I will try to settle on a couple of them. When we got together, it was at the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020. So we've been together for a minute. So that alone is one reason, because here's what we know. There were some people who were starting businesses at the end of 2019. We don't even know where they are anymore. So that in of itself, that we have sustained, maintained, and grown. But we were all individual entrepreneurs doing our own things individually, had connected because we were in the same space, all members of the Maxwell team, Maxwell leadership team, as it's called now. And ironically, we were all even in Costa Rica together doing transformation tables. And Cedric and I were both on another committee together. And that just really gave me an opportunity to get to know him more. And I would call him and he would share insights. And it became really clear to me that he had some knowledge and some expertise that I didn't have. Now, so as good as I was and as much as I was doing where I was, Cedric brought a different perspective, a different energy and lens. And I could just see how well we could complement each other. And prior to that, feeling like I had done some things that I was really proud of individually, it resonated with me, the quote that John Maxwell says, that one is too small a number, for significance. And I wanted to do something significant. And I thought maybe I'm finally ready for a partnership, because you guys know too, partnering is not always easy. You got to pick the right people. You got to have balance. You got to have a common vision. And so Cedric was my first phone call. I picked up the phone and I called him and I said, I don't even know quite what this is or what it's going to be, but let me tell you what I'm thinking. I've learned a lot. I've been doing this entrepreneurship thing for a minute. I see you have, and there are so many people that need help. And we often go to spaces and places to get help that are not equipped to support us. Would you like to partner with me? And I said, I'm thinking about maybe, potentially 2 more, ladies and men, for the balance piece. And it didn't take him a minute. Now, y'all know Cedric's high D. Like, look, if he gonna do it, he gonna do it. He on him and ha. He was like, yep, I'm in. I was like, okay. And he actually reminded me about you and said, you remember Nicole, da da da. I was like, definitely. So he reached out to you. And then, you put me through the interview, but I'm not going to go there, Dr. Nick. But anyway, she interviewed me to make sure my vision, I guess, was in harmony. With
it was a delta in your purpose.
Yeah, something like, I don't know. So, I'm going to resort in January. Got one leg up in the air and an arm because the signal bad, trying to get my Dr. Nick interview to make sure I was legit.
He's like, I know you say, I know you're a Delta, but I just need to make sure you don't have any AKA tendencies.
He said it.
Look, my AKA sisters, we did not say that. That was it. Tammy, come get him. So anyway,
AKAs know I love me some pink and green. So
I know. We all know you better. And then Damien was the 4th, and so we got together. And who knew COVID was right around the corner? And we were able to do something at a time where so many people were just really even struggling, trying to keep their doors open, especially solopreneurs and the paradigm and how you do business and everything. So, God's timing is never wrong. And that was really the perfect time, because guess what else happened? Our schedules lightened up. And so we could really focus on this, and we took, and so we had this virtual format. And as the original BE&I, we were able to take, was it 11 cohorts? I lost my number now. 11 cohorts or 10? It was 10 or 11. I forgot.
It was 11.
I thought it was 11. 11 cohorts through our program. And again, and during COVID, we even saw more evidence of why what we were doing mattered, because we saw statistics and articles talking about the percentage of businesses that weren't able to qualify for the money the government was just giving the businesses, right? Trying to supplement and keep doors open because they didn't have a solid foundation, right? Or people not clear on who they serve. They all over the place, like chasing around. It was just so much evidence. People are talking about their fear of sales. People getting in the door, don't know how to close the deal. The list goes on and on. We were meeting a need. And that's what we did. And we did that for almost, for 2.5 years and did it well. And, we got many testimonies of people who were able to find their purpose and really eventually niche out their piece of the market. And we were able to do that for ourselves as well. Another reason why people should listen to us, because collectively, we definitely earn over $1 million a year, $1 million plus. We don't ask for receipts from one another, but we know what we're doing out here. And we got, between the 3 of us, over 75 years of professional experience working for others, helping others grow their businesses, and then what we've done in our own. And so, the quote that says, who you learn from matters, we are in the trenches every day, networking, prospecting, submitting proposals, conducting discovery meetings, and we're supportive and we cheer people on. We built a family and a community. And so, I'll leave it there, but those would be some reasons that I would say if you're a coach or a consultant, that's what we eat and breathe each and every day. That's what we do. And we all do it exceptionally well. Look at our reviews. The evidence speaks for itself. So that's why we're the people to help you start, grow, and scale your business.
I love it. I
Absolutely.
love it. I love it. Sometimes you gotta let people know who you are because they may have some questions. So hopefully that answered for those that are new that are watching, and welcome to the platform for the first time, just to give you a little idea of who we are. So, as Angela mentioned, we're going through our 11th cohort. That means we have taken 11 cohorts. So, tons of entrepreneurs through a system to get their business to the next level. So Cedric, you've done this 11 times. So what makes you most satisfied about the masterclass?
Yeah, I think, for me, the satisfaction comes in seeing the light come on for people. And during the class, at the beginning of every class, you always have people who are kind of like trying to feel it out to see what's happening, what's going on, and see if people really know what they're talking about and if what we tell them really works until they go out and try it. A couple of weeks into it, well, actually, the first session, they go, wow, this is way more information than I thought. When people talk about the foundation, I didn't realize that there was so much to deciding whether I'm going to be an LLC or a sole or, all of those things, right? So they get a lot from a front, and to hear them express their gratitude and appreciation is satisfying to me. But then when we roll into the sessions and we start going through the Thursday nights, that's satisfying for me, because when the light comes on for people and they say it, well, I'm getting it now. I understand it. Look, I've been having this business for a long time, but now I see why I need to have some of these things in place. You see, now they understand the why. If you go back to what John Maxwell says about there's 2 great days in your life, right? When you're born, and then when you understand your why. Well, the third day would be when you understand the why in your business and why you have to do certain things in your business, because it takes you to another level. It takes that person, their thinking at least, to another level. So I love that part. I was just talking to a young lady who I mentor. I hire her in my business, and I admire her so much for her tenacity and willing to do this at the age of 18. And we were talking about, having a giving spirit. Even if some things don't work out in your favor in that moment. I said, it's not about you getting something from it. The giving spirit is about you helping someone else grow. And when you do that, you're always going to gain more, whether it's today or next week or next month or next year. One, you get to help that person. So the satisfaction, the influence with that person, your influence with that person goes up. So that's another level of satisfaction. Then you start gaining influence with their connections, because they start talking about what you helped them with, how you did it and how they're changing, right? So that's, for me, the satisfaction right there is seeing that other person gain and grow from it.
That's good. That's good. I love that, because you're right. Usually it doesn't take too long after that first session. those light bulbs and like, I didn't know I need to do this. Even people who have been in business for 10, 15, 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
always amazing to take entrepreneurs through the process and the system that we have established. So we know that, there are a lot of programs out there, especially for consultants and coaches. On Facebook, you see all the ads, we can help you earn 7 figures, 6 figures, and everybody got a system and a way of doing things, right? Everybody has the answer. But Angela, what makes the BE&I Masterclass just unique in comparison to all those other programs?
One of them is we got receipts. So we're not out here telling people that we can do something that A, we haven't done, B, that we haven't taken others through, and C, that we don't open our minds up to the possibility that we can even do what we do well better. So again, we're products of the product. We're products of what we say. A lot of people that have these taglines and these businesses, you're exactly right. They, they haven't done it yet. And and I'm not suggesting, let me be really clear, that you can't coach somebody to do something you haven't done. Because, we see it in sports all the time. Some of the best coaches never played, but they studied, they know, they perfected their talents and their skills. There still needs to be receipts, and they didn't jump out the gate being the head coach. They started as the assistant coach or somewhere else in the line. And so some of these other classes, the people just jumped out one day with a program and said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and they hadn't even mentored under somebody like us who was doing it so they could learn the techniques and then go, put their tweak on it. So I would say, like I said earlier, who you learn from matters. But that's one. But two, we have the awareness that adult learners have the capacity to retain more, approximately 65% more of what they learn when you combine practical application with intellectual knowledge. So we're all about statistics, data, systems, whether it's teaching you how to sell, protocols, and all of that. But then we don't just tell you how to do it. We give you an opportunity to get in and do it for your business. So we don't necessarily ask you to create a product for our business or for something that's not going to be close to your heart. We give you an opportunity to leave the Business Connection Masterclass with your own product, with the ability to sell it to somebody else, with the ability to negotiate. So we're giving you tools that you can, like, if we teach on Tuesday, you can begin applying it on Wednesday if you choose to. But definitely after the Thursday night, as Cedric said, when them lights come on, you done practice with us. So you make your mistakes with us in a safe environment. These are things that I'm not saying we're the only ones who are doing it, but I know we're the ones who are doing it and doing it well for coaches and consultants who really want to start, grow, and scale their business.
Right.
I love it. Absolutely. It's the action part, right? Nothing gets done unless you take action. So I love how we have set up the applicable part of the program. It's learn and do. Learn and do. So, Cedric, 11 times we've done this. What would you say is your favorite component? And then how can this content help our coaches and consultants in their business growth journey?
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to say the favorite component because there are so many different things, right? It would be easy for me to say, when I teach sales or when I teach when the commas or when I teach negotiations, but really and truly, I mean, there's so many things. I think of Angela every time I go to the gas station because when I pull up the gas station, and I plan to ask boot campers this, when you're talking about branding, right? I can pull up the gas station and not see the name of the organization, but see the colors. And I know that what Exxon looks like. I know that Shell, what Shell colors are, right? Valero, I know what colors they are. That's branding.
Mm-hmm.
And so every time I go to the gas station, that's what I think about. I say, I'm gonna ask the boot campers just so they can really boom it. All the teaching we do in branding, that right there just tells you what branding is. Okay.
Mhm.
When I just mentioned the thing about the foundation, when you're talking about the different levels that they need to think about in deciding what type of business they're going to have, right? Filling out the one page marketing plan, all of that stuff is fun to learn about and to hear. And guess what, folks? I teach that in middle school for middle school students, the one page business plan, right? We don't use your form here. It's a different one in a book that we different book that we use, but it's the same concept, right? So middle schoolers are getting it start, and that's because young people are starting businesses much sooner than when you guys grew up. You guys are older than me, but when you guys grew up.
Seriously?
Oh, that is hilarious.
But so there's so many components that I like. I mean, the Thursday night calls, right? I love, you said it, Nicole, the action. I love the application part, right? Now you can't just say I can do sales, or I'm good at sales or whatever. You got to prove it. Now, oh, I already know how to negotiate. Now you got to prove. Now you have to prove it, right? I have a business plan. Bring it to the table. Let us see it, right? I love that component.
I love it. I love it. So, Angela, let's go ahead and put people out. They've been waiting. They've been waiting. How can people register for our next masterclass?
Well, they can register by going to www.bei.network/home. There you can register to be a part of the next or the first Business Connection Masterclass, but our 11th cohort of since we've been doing this of March of 2020. And, I just want to add on something that Cedric said too, that, another part that I really love is that we really get to know people. We spend so much time with our students that by the time the boot camp is over, we know some of their businesses as good as they do because we done unpacked it, repacked it, redesigned it, and done everything with them. And we can speak to, who their ideal clients are and how to really find their avatar. Like we are, as the quote says, the board they can't afford. Because for those 60 days, we are invested and we still have our business, but we show up. We show up. We are in a representative of this trio is in every call, every. It has never failed that we did not show up. And if you multiply all the calls we've done over 11 boot camp, that's a lot of calls and teachings. Show up. Sometimes you get all three of us, sometimes you get one of us, but you're always going to get at least one of us. And when we don't have a conflict, you'll get all three of us. We've seen sessions, just because people's schedules and whatnot, it's as many of us as it is them. Not to say that, other participants are in the school or the content, but people have jobs and we record everything. So the people who can't catch it live can watch the recording. And even if you rent it live, you catch the recording so that you can be prepared to do the work and also have it as a reference as you continue to move forward. So those would be the other things I really love about it. We've built a community.
Definitely, we have it. One thing that when we talk about the graduates talk about our community, they say it's family. That's like the consistent theme that people say when they think about us and the community that we have as family, and we all support each other. Having the mindset of abundance. it's everybody wins. Everybody's here to help each other. So it's having that collective collaborative spirit is a beautiful thing, because you don't see that in many organizations. It's one for all and all for one, right? But here we truly will support people. So I encourage you. You got the information, you got the link. We invite you to be in our next masterclass starting September 12th. Participating in the masterclass, it was designed for consultants and coaches. We're going to help you connect your ideal clients to start, grow, and scale your businesses. No matter where you are, there's always something more to learn. There's some key advantages of doing that, getting strategic insight. We always said that we're the board that you can't afford, truly. Right? Get our insights, helping you client targeting. We talked about learning branding and so many things, effective marketing. You're going to learning how to engage your clients, and truly just having network abilities. In a community, you're able to network. So, and taking actionable steps. So this is a transformative experience. Click the link, get in the class. You don't want to miss it. So let's go to Angela for a final push, and then Cedric, would you close us out with a good story?
Of course I will.
So as Cedric gets ready to prepare his story, and it's going to be good, because one, he don't do nothing that's not good. I've never seen it anyway. Right. But look, we might have to bring Tammy in and tell us. But look, give us the tea. But it's going to be good. But let me just say this. If you are a coach and you're really looking to grow your business or start a business, maybe, your friends and people are telling you, man, I think you could be a great coach. You should start a business. You're always helping people. And you're just like, maybe I should, but I don't know what to do. Let me say, this Business Connection Masterclass is for you. Maybe you've joined other platforms and they gave you the content, but you didn't know how to leverage it, how to market it, how to find your customer, how to build proposals, how to price yourself, how to just figure out what to do next. If that's you and you're ready to grow the business that you've already started, this masterclass is for you. Or maybe you've already been in business some years and you've been growing and you've been consulting, and now you feel like you're a slave to the business that you created because the demand is real and people see your value, and you don't know how to scale it so that you can now stop working in the business and continue to work on the business. If that's you, this masterclass is for you. Links in the chat, and I turn it over to you, Cedric.
Well, I'm going to talk about one of the great football teams out there in the SEC, Alabama. And now I'm a Texas and an LSU fan, but I'm going to talk about Alabama because they're great. There are two, the great football coaches, rather, are the ones who make great adjustments. They have great plans, not just regular plans, because everybody has a plan, right? But the great ones know how to make halftime adjustments. Now, Nick Saban learned, all about this in 2018 during the 2018 college national championship game, when he had to pull his starting quarterback, Jalen Hurts, who had already taken them to 2 championship games before, but he had to pull him out for Tua. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that. But you see, Coach Saban knew that they were good. But in order to be great at their best in the second half, he needed to make a change. See, without that change, Georgia wins the national championship game. Now, check this out. 1 year later, SEC championship game, 2019, the same 2 quarterbacks. This time, he had to, Tua got hurt, so he had to put in Jalen Hurts just 1 year later. Now, at the end of the game, they asked Coach Saban, so how did you feel when you had to put Jalen in? And Coach Saban said this. He goes, Jalen is a champion. He knows how to win. So I was totally confident in putting Jalen in. Now, let me tell you this. If you are like us, we know how to make adjustments. We made adjustments going from BEI to BE&I. We made adjustments from going from a boot camp to a master class. Now it's your turn. If you're ready to make an adjustment and take your business up a notch, you need to register for this master class. The link is there. All you have to do is click the link and pick the card and pay for it. But that's all you have to do. Make an adjustment. Get in the game. Become a champion. Thank you. Good night.